Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Manuel. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, episode reviews of shows, topics, tier list, rankings, video game playthroughs, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly on my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in info box. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it, so thank you. So this is for Arcane Season 2, Episode 1 and 2. There were actually two separate requests, but I figured I'd just do them all at the same time, having the same video for Manuel, who's been very patient. Thank you so much for that. And Arcane is it's a cartoon animated show that got heavily praised, and for me, it wasn't my cup of tea. The animation style was interesting to watch at first, but the more I watch it, the more it's not my preferred style of animation. Once in a while, they do something interesting with it. For example, in episode 1, there's a funeral, a memorial that's done, and it's kind of black and white charcoal aesthetic, which is interesting. There's another bit in episode 2 where it's this clash of power and it's done in this music video style where it's kind of like still images and then people disappearing the show. More of this clash of power and how some have died, and there's some interesting aesthetics they do with it, but for the most part, the animation style is a little bit annoying to me. I would prefer more of the traditional style, whether it be 2D, 3D, what have you. And the characters, I'm not sure if I'm really gung-ho about the characters. Probably the two that I could deal with okay is Violet, aka Vi, and Caitlin, who's this enforcer. I mean, to go through the whole story of Arcane Season 1 would take like 10 minutes alone. If I did it to sum it up, you have the poor people, you have the rich people. There's this struggle that goes on from time to time. There's these two, Vi and Jinx, these two sisters. Something bad happened where Jinx fucked up. A lot of their friends were killed because of her fuck up. Jinx then got kind of left behind in her eyes, picked up by the bad guy, raised by him. She became more cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Vi did her own thing. Caitlin is this enforcer who works with the rich people. Eventually Vi and Caitlin kind of go at each other, then they respect each other, then they help each other. I don't know, for all I know, they'll become lovers. Who knows? Maybe they'll kiss each other. Who knows? But they become friends. So all that's going on, you have this scientist Jace, who worked with this guy, who crippled. I know there's a mean way to put it, but it's technically he was crippled. Named Victor. And there's this substance named Shimmer that will give some people possible properties of power, but it can also be addictive and detrimental body-wise, especially when handled wrong. But it can also be utilized in weapons, and they were researching that. And last season, Victor's assistant died, and he felt guilty, and he's like, we should never use this again. But eventually his buddy Jace does, to save Victor's life. And you have the struggle of power between the rich and the poor, between these two communities. Until eventually at the end of Season 1, Jinx shot these rockets at the upper echelon of the other group. And that's where we're at here, where none of the main characters die, but some of the other little supporting characters, including Caitlin's mom, they die. So like the really important people didn't die. So you say maybe a little bit of plot armor there. Jace uses this stuff to save Victor, and by episode 2 he does awake, but he's mad that Jace broke his promise and said, "You should have let me die. But you did this, now I'm part of this shimmer thing." So he walks off, and I'll do that later with episode 2. But at this point, Jace saves his buddy Victor with this shimmer thing and has him in stasis. And then the rest of the episode, he's pretty much sad and depressed. And his woman comes by to talk with them. The higher-ups endorse an invasion, but they don't want to use this crazy technology. They want to hold it back a little bit. There's a memorial for the people who have died. It has a bit of a somber tone. And again, the way it looks with the charcoal style aesthetic looked a bit interesting. I will give it that. Vi is wanted by Caitlyn to join her group, and here's his badge. "You need no stinking badges." But she's like unsure about it. Well, eventually there's this meeting, and these bad guys come in, some of them with heavy armor, to attack. So I guess some of them came in ships but hidden by the clouds, and then this big action scene happens. Now, one is this evil chick who's got this crazy looking chainsaw that hits the Jace guy in the back. And it's a pretty harsh hit, to the point that the guy, his spine should be severed. Because that chainsaw would have gone so deeply, would have hit his spine. He should be fucking dead. But no, he's able to crawl all the way and do other stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know about that. I know it's just a cartoon, but still. The others are fighting Caitlyn, and others are fighting Vi, and Caitlyn help each other out to take one out. Eventually, Vi saves that Jace guy, gets this big fuck off hammer, and fucks up the evil chick. He helps her aim the thing, and it shoots this shit out that fucks up some of the bad guys. And then this other group comes in to help them take out the rest of the bad guys. Now, there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of characters that try to piece together. They're over here, they're over there. So it's definitely, for me, it was a lot to try to pay attention to. But definitely has some energy to it, to the action scene. Because I don't know the world of Arcane, like the League of Legends, what it's based on, there may be a shitload of references to stuff and I don't get it. And even at this point, I don't remember all the details of Arcane Season 1. I've forgotten them. So I'm sure the hammer was established, but I can't remember the exact details of how it was established. So after that all happens, this team of 5, including Vi, including Caitlyn, they are going to shut down the Shimmer production, and they're going to try to capture and get Jinx. And then that's going to be the start of the season. The 5 of these people on this journey. So then when you get in episode 2, we see a bit of what's going on the other side, where the bad guy Silk Gold died in the first season. So this table of villains, we see them disappearing in this clash of power. Again, the way it was done is interesting in this music video style. Very stylistic, for lack of a better term. Where, again, you see like a still picture of them around the table, and you see how they die, and each one disappears one by one. And then you see the 3 or so left vying for power. Them doing this, doing that. While Jane's is walking along, and she's kind of interspersed in certain scenes. Now, I've said this before, I do not like the Jinx character at all. I find her really fucking annoying. I find her really fucking aggravating. Everything about her annoys the piss out of me. I think she's trying really hard to be Harley from fucking Batman, Harley Quinn. That's just how it comes off to me. As just a very annoying version of Harley Quinn. I'm like, she did fuck up in season 1. It is her fault. And she doesn't take responsibility, and that's her fault too. And if her character died now, I would actually rejoice and be happy. I don't care about her repentance if it ever eventually happens. I don't care about her ever changing her ways if they go that direction. I might put a bullet in her head until she's fucking dead. That's the only way. If they do that, that'll make me happy. They try this bullshit, which they don't do, of, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. No. I just wish they would kill this character off, but they won't, of course. I just do not like her. I do not find her that cool. I do not find her that interesting. She saves an orphan. And the orphan follows her along. Meanwhile, you have one of the 3 vying for power, Speech, which is this kind of rat-like face animal person who's got like these cybernetic arms. And I didn't mind his voice acting. I thought his voice acting was rather good. I also like the idea that he's at times sniffing gas, like it was cocaine. And I always forget this is meant for a bit older audiences. I don't know why, because the action scenes, not gory, but they're, a little bit violent. But there's some cursing. So it's about, how everything's in the shitter. I'm like, did he say that? Yeah, I guess one thing I'll commend, they don't curse all the time to make it feel redundant. So when I hear that, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, they did curse. Okay. It stuck out. So it wasn't redundant. And I liked the look and the voice of that character's speech. I thought that worked well. Because there's not a whole lot of characters that are not human. There's like the little professor who you see a little bit in this, and who was in season 1, who worked for Jason the scientist. You have him, you have Smeech here, but there's not a whole lot of those characters. So it makes me interested in this world. How are those characters a thing compared to mostly humans? Are they some product of some experiments, some race or races, or other worlds, other places, other lands? Like, what are the details on those characters? But he pretty much says we should turn in Jinx so we could calm those people on that side, calm them down. Then someone else goes, no, we're not giving up one of our own. Eventually, Speech and his buddies try to get Jinx, but then the lady who was against it comes by. Jinx gives her this fixed up arm that has like a slot machine. Granted, this might be a thing in the games, so if you know a bit about the games, this might be like, oh yeah, oh shit moment. To me, I'm more like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's an arm, but it's not a slot machine thing, and wherever it goes, it has like these different powers or different things it can do. But I'm like, well, doesn't the slot machine kind of make that more annoying because you gotta wait and hopefully get lucky, and so you don't really have much power over it? So is that really kind of counterintuitive? It's like, can you just give me an arm where I could choose right then and there? Or maybe that's supposed to be... Is that something that was there all along, or is that something Jinx added for her own sense of humor? I don't know. I mean, animated-wise, stylistic-wise, I thought it was the best scene of the first 2 episodes. I did. how up close it would get on the arm and how trying to try to be suspenseful where the slots land so she's able to do this or do that. The choreography wasn't too bad when the lady and Smeech are fighting, and certain shots where one's up real top and trying to follow the camera as they're going towards their opponent. Very energetic battle. So again, I liked that. I mean, do I give a whole lot of fuck about the characters? No. Again, I think Smeech, the voice acting wasn't bad, and I didn't mind the aesthetic. I don't know if I saw him much in season 1. If I did, I don't remember much about him in season 1. So it's too bad that, spoiler, he just taken out so quickly here in season 2 and he wasn't utilized more. But pretty much you get the idea that she gets burnt up and then ripped apart. But it's a nice battle. And then while that's happening, Victor, he awaits. He's mad that Jace brought him back to life. He's like, no, you promised me not to use that thing. Now I gotta go fuck off. He goes somewhere to some people who are sickly with this shimmer thing. Heals at least one of them. And then they look at him as a cult-like figure, as Jesus, a god, whatever. I would say they looked at him like he's Jesus. He's healed the sick. And how that's going to play about, whether he's going to start healing people, but then are they going to turn? Are they going to get corrupted? Is he going to buy into his own hype of being a healer? Is he going to be more for good? Is he going to turn evil? Is he going to turn corrupted? Is he going to become a Messiah figure? Is he going to try to take over because now he thinks... I don't know. I guess there's multiple directions they'll take it in, or could take it in. I mean, for characters, Vi, I don't mind because she's a bit of a badass. Caitlyn, I liked the voice acting on her. She's really good with the rifle. She has badass moments as well. I don't mind her. Victor, usually pretty soft-spoken. He means well to this point. And somewhat maybe interested where they're going with him. But the Jace guy, that scientist, he's like a bland Matt Damon. Somebody say Matt Damon's bland. I like Matt Damon. But it's like a guy trying to be Matt Damon and failing. And he just comes off as a bland, boring fucking character. I don't give a shit about him or his girlfriend, wife, whatever the fuck. James, again, annoys the piss out of me. The lady that helps her, indifferent, one ear out of the other. James now having this orphan to follow along with her. I don't know, now it's supposed to be like she's going to be the big sister to this kid, just like there was a big sister for her, and what the hell that's going to imply. A redemptive arc for James or something else, I don't know. Or she'll die and then that orphan will take her mantle and she'll be James Part 2. I don't know where it's going. I would say with these 2 episodes, when the action scenes happen, there's fun to be had. I would say the battle at the end of episode 2 was the better of the 2 fights. But again, there's some fun to be had, some nice angles they use, a little bit of anime flavor. Do I really care about the story? Not really. Do I really care about the societies they built up? Not really. I mean, they're definitely trying to have a lot of things happening at the same time. But just a lot of them I don't care about. But that's more of perspective and taste. So, again, the animation style just not 100% gun-ho on. Except for some, to repeat, some stylistic choices they do in certain action scenes and the memorial. There's certain scenes that it works out for it. But then I would rather just employ it just for those scenes than go back to another style. Well, not many shows do that. Well, why not? Why not try that? Why not have like different styles and this specific for the action or this specific for this one specific moment, and then I don't know. They have that style for the entire, kind of almost as if the things are lagging. I'm just trying to be like Into the Spider-Verse, which worked well in that, but I don't think everything needed to be the well. Not everything's like that, to be fair, but like Mutant Mayhem, it looked awful in that awful Ninja Turtle movie. Here, it is for the most part not the best for me. And again, the story doesn't grab me like it did other people, so take that for what you will. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.